Warning, this video contains flashing images. On the outskirts of Wilder, Kentucky stands an unassuming building with a terrifying reputation, Bobby Mackey's Music World. By day, it's a lively country music bar where boots stomp and laughter fills the air. But as the night deepens and the crowds leave, an unsettling quiet descends, and the echoes of a chilling past come alive. For decades, this place has been the site of terrifying hauntings, violent encounters, and lingering spirits, earning it the title of America's Most Haunted Honky-Tonk. But what makes Bobby Mackey's so infamous? To understand, we have to start at the very beginning. In the late 1800s, this land was home to a slaughterhouse, a grisly operation where the blood of animals drained into a well in the basement. But according to local lore, the well was more than a disposal site. It became a focal point for dark rituals. Stories claim that shadowy figures conducted satanic ceremonies here, using the well as a portal to summon forces from beyond. Over time, this energy soaked into the land, leaving a sinister mark that would outlast the slaughterhouse itself. In 1896, the dark energy of this land intertwined with a gruesome crime. Pearl Bryan, a young woman from Indiana, was brutally murdered just 2 miles from the site. Pregnant and seeking help, she was betrayed by her lover, Scott Jackson, and his accomplice, Alonzo Whaling. After a botched abortion, the pair gruesomely decapitated Pearl and disposed of her body in a field. Her head was never found, and rumour spread it was used in occult rituals at the slaughterhouse. Before their execution, Jackson and Whaling reportedly cursed the land, vowing to haunt it for eternity. Many believe the restless spirits still linger, bound to this cursed location. In 1978, country singer Bobby Mackey purchased the building, transforming it into Bobby Mackey's Music World. The bar quickly became a hotspot for music lovers, but it didn't take long for the paranormal activity to begin. Employees reported flickering lights, phantom footsteps, and even shadowy figures roaming the halls. But amidst the chaos, one ghostly figure stood apart, a spirit whose story would come to define the emotional heart of Bobby Mackey's haunting legacy. The legend of Joanna is one of the most enduring and tragic tales tied to Bobby Mackey's. Joanna was a young woman in the 1940s who worked at the building when it was a bustling dance hall. She fell deeply in love with a man named Robert Randall, a performer who shared her passion for music. But their love was doomed from the start. Joanna's father, the owner of the club, discovered their romance and was furious. Determined to end the relationship, he allegedly had Robert killed, driving Joanna into deep despair. Heartbroken, she wrote about her sorrow in her diary, pouring out her grief for the man she had lost. According to legend, Joanna ended her life near the infamous basement well, poisoning herself and leaving a final message of love in her diary. Her spirit is said to remain tied to the building, searching for the man she loved, mourning the life they never had. Joanna's presence has been felt by countless visitors to Bobby Mackey's. Many describe the scent of rose, her favourite flower, wafting through the air without explanation. Others have heard a soft, soaring voice humming or calling out the name Robert. Some even claim to have seen a shadowy figure of a woman in 1940s attire wandering the halls as if searching for something or someone. Unlike the more menacing entities that haunt this building, Joanna's spirit seems to be one of sadness and longing, a reminder of the human tragedies that have unfolded here. What makes Joanna's story even more intriguing is a strange coincidence involving Bobby Mackey himself. In the early 1980s, he wrote and recorded a song called Joanna, seemingly inspired by a lost love. But here's the catch. Bobby claims he had never heard of the legend of Joanna before writing the song. Was it pure coincidence, or could Joanna's spirit have influenced him, reaching out through his music? One of the first major incidents involving Bobby's wife, Janet. One day, while she was in the basement, she felt an icy hand grab her wrist and shove her violently. She tumbled down the stairs, hitting the ground hard, disoriented and terrified. She froze when she heard a guttural whisper, "Get out." Janet was convinced something malicious was targeting her. She begged Bobby to close the bar, but he dismissed her claims, attributing them to imagination. However, Janet wasn't alone in her experiences.
I was upstairs and just checking around, making sure everything was, getting prepared to open. And something grabbed me around the waist. And it was so much pressure and force that I could not get loose. So I was picked up and carried almost to the door to where you go down the stairs and dropped on the floor. And then I got loose from it somehow and went on to the top of the steps and fell down again.
The bar's caretaker, Carol Lawson, spent more time on the property than anyone else and paid the price. Carol claimed he was regularly tormented by unseen forces. He heard footsteps outside his door late at night, saw shadowy figures darting through the basement, and often felt an oppressive presence around him.
This place is haunted.
Over time, Carol believed he was being possessed by a demonic entity tied to the well. His behaviour grew increasingly erratic, and in 1991, a priest called to perform an exorcism. Witnesses said Carol's voice changed during the ritual, taking on guttural tones, as if multiple entities were speaking through him. The exorcism was successful in bringing Carol relief, but it didn't rid the building of its darkness.
Don't try to get cool with me. Don't try to deceive me, because you're not deceiving me. You're going to leave, and Carl's coming back, and he's going to live a life of peace. You understand me? Don't try to get cool with me. Don't try to deceive me. Yeah, see? I know what I'm talking about.
Just wait.
I know that you've been deceiving Carl. So don't try to deceive me. I know you don't want to go, but I know that you have to.
You know, what's she calling on now?
Huh?
You calling Alfonso.
I know you. I know how you operate. Because see, I haven't been doing this for 17 or 18 years for nothing. And you know that I know it, don't you?
You don't scare.
Well, you don't scare me either. Now,
Well,
no, you won't.
I'll settle down.
No, you're gonna leave.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I ain't going nowhere.
Yes, you are.
I'll never leave.
You understand me?
No, I understand what you're saying.
You understand
But you
me?
cannot.
You understand me? You're leaving. You hear me? Because I'm going to help Carl. I'm going to help Carl to live a life of peace.
Carl's not worth.
Yes, he is.
He's not worth the lives it can cost.
Yes, he is.
No, he's.
Yes, he is. You understand me?
He's not worth it.
Now, it's time for you to leave. You understand? You understand, Charlie? Talk to me. Come on.
Carl! Stop, Carl. Carl!
Come on. Now leave him alone. Leave him. Leave him. Leave him. Leave him. Leave him. Yeah.
Over the years, Bobby Mackey's music world has become a magnet for paranormal investigators. Teams from around the world have explored the building, hoping to uncover evidence of the supernatural, and they have.
Did someone just scratch me?
Shadow figures have been captured on video. Eerie EVPs revealing voices growling warnings like "Get out" and pleading "Help me." One of the most terrifying hotspots is the basement well. Visitors have described feeling intense nausea, sudden dizziness and overwhelming fear when near it. Some have even reported seeing glowing red eyes peering at them from the darkness.
This place is haunted.
The well is often called the portal to hell, a place where dark energy converges. Paranormal experts believe that the combination of violent history, satanic rituals and intense emotional energy has created a vortex, a doorway between worlds. Whether you believe the legend or not, it's hard to deny the sheer number of encounters tied to this spot. Whether it's the tragic love story of Joanna, the violent history of Pearl Bryan, or the dark rituals tied to the slaughterhouse, Bobby Mackey's music world is a place where the past refuses to let go. For some, it's a hub of paranormal activity, where spirits roam and echoes of heartbreak linger. For others, it's a grim reminder of the tragedies etched into its land itself. But one thing is certain, this is no ordinary nightclub. Thank you one and all for viewing my video. I very much appreciate each and every one of you for helping out. If you enjoyed the video, here are some other videos that might pique your interest. Until next time, I shall scare you later.